uh, back restore of the server, but don't have a firm, deep knowledge of all of Lotus Notes, and that's what we're hoping to gain from this.
Okay, that's great. That's really great to know. At least you have some basic knowledge. You're saying that you have your knowledge, like certain levels, to do perform some basic administrative tasks, like whatever you said, doing users, and that is called managing the users. Then the clustering and replication, whatever. That's really nice to know that. This is what actually I'm expecting. The prerequisite to have some previous experience on network administrator or system, whatever, mail system administrator, as in experiencing using Lotus Notes 8.5. May I know which version of Lotus Notes you're using right now?
8.2.
8.2, that's great. Okay. Okay, the course outline is going to be like, we're going to see this, Introduction to IBM Domino Environment. If you have knowledge on experience on this, please bear with me. We're going to start this class from the scratch, like, after you don't have any knowledge or any experience in Domino. So we'll start from basics, like step by step, then we'll go to the advanced level. Okay, we're going to see the Domino architecture, then the client and server architectural components. We'll see what are the documents are there in a Domino server, what are the types of servers and documents, client types. Come back to this application. We call this Lotus database. What database and how this database is a structure, and what are the components are there, how many types of applications or database are available. So we see this in application part. Coming to Domino server functionality, how this Domino server works, and what are the servers available, what are the advanced services available. Then we perform basic administration tasks, like registering users and check the Domino administration client, how many tabs are there. There are levels of tabs, and each tab, what exactly the purpose of this. We see the administrator interface, Domino administrator client interface. Then we go through, we explore each and every option available in a Domino client. Then come back to this, what are types of securities are available in Lotus Domino. Then complaints, and how we apply the security on applications and users and serverless. Then the hierarchical name scheme, how to register the user based on your requirements. So we see all these things in a security part. Then have a controlling the access to the server, like restrict the access to the server. Then we see the data access level, server access level. Then we see ECL, exit row list. Then is mail routing, messaging, how the happens, what are the calls we require, what are the you're going to use, and components we require when this routing is happening, and the screen, like the server is working when anybody send a mail to the recipient or something like that. Then throw policy are available. Then variation, complete process here, how the replication happens, what is the use of it, how many types of replications are available. Then this is Domino additional services like internet security or standard services, the clustering and and what are benefits of partitions. The contents for this, the first part of Lotus Domino. We start from the basics. You got?
Yes. Yes.
Great. Okay, let's start. Before we jump to this Lotus Domino, we should know what is the Lotus Notes. What is the Lotus Notes?
This is a sharing and collaboration software. Email.
Yes.
Mainly, we know it as an email system. Assist, collaborate, and teams or bases and can create databases to create applications.
Yes, what I'm expecting, like, Lotus Notes, if you ask anyone, they'll first initially will get an answer from them saying messaging system. Okay, I can say Lotus Notes is not only a messaging system, it's application and messaging system both. Okay, so the people can collaborate, share, track, and collect the information about Lotus Notes exactly. So traditionally, we call it a groupware product. What groupware? Grouping technology, it's enables the people, a group of people, or team, one particular team, or you can say that, or individuals to collaborate and share information each other, and regardless of geographic boundaries and time restrictions. So we are not going to work only with the Lotus Notes. Is not the purpose for messaging. The main purpose is for software as well as. So we can create an applications in Lotus Notes. We can use this for messaging purpose. Okay, and share the application with the people. So this is the purpose of Lotus Notes. Okay, so it also be described as an enterprise-wide information management system. Information management system, what is of this? It is giving you a facility to exchange information with each other through the means or through the application. Okay. So what Notes is not, it's data entry or online transaction system, or not a word process or presentation, or just like an MS Office. It's not MS Office. We call database system. But not in a relational database system. Just like an Oracle. It's only a database system. And it is on a network operating system. And we don't use this only for messaging. We use this for application services, application like processing and all this stuff. So talking about Lotus Notes is a database system. You stop me in case if you get stuck up somewhere. Okay?
Yeah, we understand everything so far.
Okay. So when I said Lotus Notes is a database system, we have a two database system, like a database system or otherwise the non-related database system. So what is the major difference in between Notes and RDBMS? Notes is a document based. By a document, for example, take your Lotus Notes mailbox, like that is your mail file. Every user should have a mail file, right? If you receive a mail, that is called a document. We call the terminology we use in Notes is document. So what do you do in a Lotus Notes? That's I call it in a document. If you store any information, the information will be stored as a data, and the data will be stored as a document. This document is semi-structured data. What I mean? For example, you take a new mail. For example, you're composing a new mail. Okay, so the new composing window, you can see some fields there. All right, the two fields CC and BCC, and you have a body field. So every data is structured with the fields. Every field has a field type, like text or number or graphics or whatever. Here exactly in Lotus Notes, when you're creating any new information or data, the data will be as a document. So the document contains a semi-structured data with the fields. Data located using the views in Lotus Notes. Okay. For example, I created a document. For example, I'm sending a new file, a new mail to one of my colleagues. Okay. I want to send, the mail will be sent to the person, but where does exactly mail will be stored in your system? It is stored under sent folder. We call it a folder, but terminology, nothing but a view. Okay. So if you want to find out this sent mail, where exactly it is stored, you can open your sent folder and you can see that. So sent folder is nothing but a view. The data is located using the view in Lotus Notes, and each and every resource are shared and distributed in Notes. This idea of the nodes and the structure of the nodes. If you go back to the comparison of RDBMS, RDBMS is transaction based. If you find some information, if you want to get some result, whatever the data you store, if you open something or if you want to perform any kind of action, that is called a transaction in RDBMS. If you want something, you have to provide some statement that is called SQL statement, structured query language. You might have heard about this. So it's not like easy, just like going to the views and open the view and open the document in Nodes. No, very easy. If you want to open a particular document, you are very well about where the document is stored. If you want to know that one, you just directly go to the view and open the view. You can see list of the documents available. These actions are performed using the mouse in your Nodes. If you come back to the RDBMS, you have to use your keyboard to write some SQL statements to get the results. That is called your transaction. Okay, friends, one different. And come back to this. All the data will be stored. This data will be stored as a structured data. A data element has its own data type and some fixed definition in the RDBMS, not like Lotus Notes. And what's the data you're creating in an entire RDBMS system? All the data will be stored in one centralized place and one centralized location. If you want to find any data, the data should be bring out from your centralized location. But come back to Lotus Notes, we can categorize each and every data between the views. Fine. This is a major difference in between Node and RDBMS. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Till now we heard about Lotus Notes. Now there is a new word called Lotus Domino. So what Domino meaning? Domino is nothing but it's integrated messaging and web application software platform. So use the web features, they have started using the word called Domino. Okay, that's the reason now we're calling it a Lotus Domino. Domino applications, like if we give you the people, options enable the people to share, collect, track, and organization information. They can use Lotus Notes or your web. For example, if your Lotus Notes mail, you send the mail. You have two options. You can use your Lotus Notes or you can use your web mail. Web is nothing but your iNotes, right?
Yep.
Okay. So there is a web features are coming to the picture. That's the reason then it's a Lotus Domino. Options of Lotus Domino, we have Domino server and client, Domino designer, Domino administrator. Okay, these are the major components of your Lotus Domino technology. So run your Lotus Notes client with three different clients here and server. Okay, if you run your messaging services, we have a client called Lotus Notes. Where use this client for messaging purpose? Domino server for providing a service for your messaging. That should be a service, right? To exchange information in between different people, you have some server. That is Domino server. Come back to these three different clients. Lotus client we already discussed. This is major purpose for messaging. If you see a message, you have to use your Lotus client. Domino designer. This is a developer's tool. If you design any application, design and develop a Lotus-based application, you need to use this tool called Domino Designer. Okay, and you have a Domino administrator client. This is your administrator client where you can perform administration related tasks. If you want any user, manage your server, manage your applications or anything, you have to depend on this client called Domino Administrator. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So to the server, we have again different types of servers available in Domino. Server, application or utility server, and enterprise server. So we have different types of servers. the mail server. The mail server, the purpose is to provide messaging services. Okay, when installing a Domino server, it will give you the options which server you install. Okay, three different options which is available based on your requirement, your organization requirement. You have to select the particular server. For example, select only Domino mail server. This is like messaging services which will provide only messaging. It's application service to you. Okay, so this is a Domino mail server. If you select it, it will give you support for the latest internet mail standards with advanced messaging capabilities, and you can use both, like as Lotus Notes as well as a web, for only messaging purpose. Then if you for application service server, this application server is an integrated application form. It will provide you application services for your Lotus Domino. If you want to design and develop any Lotus-based applications, you have an application server to provide service to you. You create an application as well, Lotus Notes-based application as well as a web-based application. Both features are available in one single server. That is your Domino application server. Okay, and it will give you a facility to you to connect your non-host application like RDBMS or any third-party application as a service as well. Especially in Domino application. Then to enterprise server, the enterprise server will provide you the both features, messaging as application server. So the two services are available in your enterprise server. Depending on your company requirement, when you're trying to installing your Domino server, first you have to select what kind of server you require. Okay, so messaging server, mail server will give you only messaging, application server will give you only application services, enterprise will give you both like application as well as messaging services. Clear?
So one question. So you can lay those features separately, or if you buy enterprise server, you get all features.
It have a different licenses as available. But when you're trying to install any kind of server, whatever server you required, you have three options is available. If it is a license to you, then it will give you three options. Depends on your requirement, you can install any one.
We're running enterprise server, by the way.
Yeah, obviously, every organization will run enterprise server. It will be very difficult. See, I'll tell you the differences. For example, in a company, there is one take on XYZ company. They want to use only for messaging purpose. They don't have to have any application maintenance or any projects related to development or something like that. They go for messaging. Why they should go for enterprise server? It's for example, if you take IBM, they have to use because it's their own product and lot of application projects going on, so they have to use this application services. For use enterprise server. I mean, the most of the companies whoever is using Lotus Notes, they definitely go for enterprise server.
Okay.
So here, a Lotus Notes client, as you know very well about this one, it's a leading email application. I can say email client, and it's a collaborative software for the internet as well. I can use this Lotus Notes to send and receive the mails through Lotus Notes or through the web mail, and you can schedule your appointments, and you can browse the web inside your Lotus Notes, and you can contribute some internet groups, and you can add some plugins or like a feed or an RSS feeds or whatever you have. In 8.5, especially if you ask me, there are a lot of new features available in Lotus Notes client compared with the previous version. We were using a Lotus same time as a standard client. Now it's merged with Lotus Notes. And in 8.5, we have a lot of desktop widgets are there. You can arrange your sidebar with a lot of additional features. SPNA 8.5. Okay. So by using Lotus Notes 8.5, we can create a databases and you can browse an existing Notes applications and you can access any Notes or web Notes applications using this client. The platform to run any Notes-based application and receive the mail. If you want any application which is designed and developed in Lotus Notes, you have to use Lotus Notes client for the platform. Is it?
Yep.
As a designer, Domino Designer is an application development platform. Will be features to you, especially for the developers, like create, manage, deploy, and secure, interactive application as well as the web-based applications. This is a advantage using the Domino Designer. We were talking about we can design some applications using a Domino Designer. But one of applications we can use, we can design, can create. So by using a Domino Designer, we can create different types of applications like workflow, tracking, coding application, data integration, dynamic applications, local and management applications. These are variety or different applications which we can create using a designer as a platform. I did this slide on the when I started using a Domino 6, not is a 8. You can. I'm sorry for this. You can use a Domino 8.5. Compared with the Domino 6 version and Domino 8.5 planner, the newest are X pages and composite applications in 8.5. Rest of all, you can create the same types of application. Come to workflow application, we have leave application or salary advance or whatever applications any organization using a Lotus Domino, that is workflow application. What it's doing, it will put the information in between one person to another person. That is workflow. So we can create this kind of application using a Lotus Domino Designer. Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Design a tracking application which will monitor your processes and projects and performs a task. That is called a tracking application. Operation application which will create a forum or discussion and collaboration. Okay, you might have heard about this one. And in addition, we can connect to relation databases and transactional system using a Lotus Domino. So we can design this kind of application is called integration application. And application will contain based on, for example, username, profile, access rights. It will retrieve the data based on any particular key. That is called a dynamic application. Visualization and management applications. You can use the Domino Global Workbench. There is a tool called Global Workbench, which will translate your Domino databases and websites into different languages, from English to French, from Danish or whatever language you want. That is your localization management application. By using a Domino Designer client, I can create this variety of business applications. Is it clear?
Yes.
This full application, or you can say client, which will allow you to perform all your administrative related tasks from single point. That is the one interface. So what activities I can do using my admin client? You can create a new users, groups, manage existing users, groups, and in databases and other sources. Tell me what is the difference in between database and other Lotus databases?
Probably know exactly, other than the fact file.
So mailing database is nothing but the purpose for this kind of database only for mailing purpose. That's the reason we call it a mailing database. Using a Domino admin client, we can assign some policies to the users and groups. We can roam options and settings to the users. These are basics, tasks. Not only this, we have several the features and options are available where you can perform on a servers, users, and your applications. But these are the basic list of tasks which we perform to admin class. Database. So we have about a Lotus Notes database. We have two different types of databases. Mail-based, like non-mailing databases. So in a database or application, either called Lotus Notes application or a database, both are same. Okay, it's a Lotus Notes database. Like this database contains some data, and each and every database has some particular purpose. Your mailing database has a purpose to provide a service for messaging. Your salary advance application has a purpose to provide a risk for salary advance, application, etc. If you end up any database, each and every database has a purpose. Some data you use for only storing and composing mails, and some will provide as a discussion forums or something like that. So this is database. And work, like users can work with these applications using LAN connectivity. Or you're working from out of office, you can use your dial activity or internet, whatever options is available right now. If you take a picture of your database, if you see here, if this is your database, the database is designed using a design elements called pages, forms, views. We call these are the design elements. But design elements, I have created a database. This is, by using this database, I will create some data that will be created as a document. Okay, the document is created using some fields. It has some certain types of the data. So this is the structure of your notes database. Is it clear?
Yeah.
I mean,
not really at this point.
So this is a basic information like introduction to your Lotus Notes. So we learned about what of clients are available, what type of servers are available, what Lotus Notes database, and architecture of Lotus Notes database. Now good to go next topic. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now just give me a minute. The first going to be of fundamentals. Okay, we have agenda here. We're going to see a domino architecture, server, and institute tasks, and domino security, mailing in domino, application. This is now the first part, and this is some extending features in Lotus Notes and Domino. Architecture, the client server architecture. If you take Domino server, how the Domino server is built? We have two different services here, called application services and infrastructure services. So the top layer, application services in a top layer, and infrastructure services in a bottom, and we have a connection services in between these two layers. Okay, so how this is works. Domino server, and Domino server is containing a HTTP server in built. So we have a different clients here. Nodes client, mobile client, a web client. And connect to your Domino server. It's on the client. It will connect to the particular service. And that's called your connection service comes to the picture. For if I connect to the web client, my HTTP server comes to the picture. The server will provide a service to me. Okay. So the nodes client will connect to me, then the Domino server comes to the picture. it will provide the service to me. We have here Domino Object Store, Operating File System, and RDBMS, which is a non-nodes database. Okay, so if I want to connect to this, yes, of course, it will provide the service to me. That is called connection service. I connect to any non-nodes databases. These are available in a Domino server. There's while any kind of it's a multi-platform. It will support any operating system here. Then Object Store, which is a new feature here. It stored your attachments or whatever. It's in your mails or an application that is called your Domino Object Store. So these are the services which will be provided when you connect to your Domino server. Okay.
Yeah.
Talk about your client and server architecture. Then we have some comments. It will depend on this architecture. We should have the components available connecting to your server or a client. First is Domino server, which is a web enabled. Okay, this kind of server, this is a Domino server is a computer system which will provide a server program which to Lotus Notes applications and user information, and Domino server runs services and multiple nodes data. This is basic information about this Domino server. Come back to the client. No mobile client. Somebody asking something?
No.
Okay. Note, we already discussed about this one. Notes client and web client will provide you all the messaging services to you. Server types, we already discussed about, we have 3 types of servers available: server, messaging server, and enterprise server. A default location documents. If you install any one of the clients, this client has some configuration document that is called a location document. We call. What is this location document? Is the location document purpose to connect your application on server by providing a place specific information like what is your mail server name or application server name, and what is your pass-through server, or what is the nodes ID you're using. The basic configuration information available on your location document. Okay? So that is called, this is a location document. And this location document has a certain different types of configuration, like home, offline, online, and travel. Okay, if you're connected to LAN in your office, you have to use online. You connected with the line, you have to go for offline. Well, all this. Like if you're working from your home with a different network connectivity, you have to use location. Each and every document has its different types of configuration information in this. Is it?
Yes.
I got what I have is that what's the difference between travel and home?
Like, see, the travel in the sense of things, you don't require to carry or your USB files or your desktop files and all this stuff. You see, we use this travel for the swimming users or something like that, and not much difference if you compare with only particular online documentation. The rest of these 3 has a similar. It's a 3 documents is offline. Of course, home you're connecting online, but the network provider, not LAN, your office network. These 3 documents connecting through the internet.
So that would be you're not at home and you're just at a coffee shop or something.
Yes, you have to use any one of these 3.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you come back to the client types, we already talked about, we have 3 different clients. Lotus Notes client, internet clients. Okay. So Lotus Notes client, we use the Notes protocol to send and access mails on your Domino server. And what type of protocol we're going to use here? If you're sending a mail inside your organization, that is called internal mails. Lotus use a protocol called NRPC, Notes Remote Procedure Call. Okay, so this is a protocol which will be used to send and receive the mails in between Lotus Notes clients. And if from your Lotus Notes to your Gmail or Yahoo or external mails, okay, we have a different internet protocols are available. It's called internet clients if you're sending. Accessing the files through your Domino, we have about three. We have IMAP or HTTP server. A bot 3 IMAP client send mail using SMTP. This is a protocol which we're going to use. You send a mail to out of your Lotus Notes client that is called external clients. Is it clear?
Yeah.
8.5 features. We have infrastructure, productivity, email, calendars, contacts, compose, and productivity tools. These are the new features in 8.5. And your application, documents, application design, ACL entries, data header. So take about one particular application, any type of application, Lotus Domino, it has certain components, okay, that we can call it an elements of your application. Documents which contains the data such as a text, graphics, or video, or whatever it is, that is called document. And design, we call it in a design elements, forms, views, agents, etc. The application design. Access control list, which will provide you security for your application. Each and every Domino application has its own ACL. Okay, security entries to control access to your content of Domino application, like data or design elements or whatever. If you restrict the access to the users or servers, to have to design your own ACL. What kind of access level you have to provide. That's all ACL. Come back to the header. Database itself, like a title or replication history, that is called database header. Like components, which is available for each and every Domino application.
Yeah. What's an agent?
It is like one automated task. For example, you want to provide for example, you are going out of office, like you're going on a vacation. If anyone sends a mail to you, you want to reply back to them saying, I'm not available in our office, I'm on a vacation, I'll be back on so and so day. So going to provide, since you are out of office, there's some program done automatically on certain events or tasks, that is called agent. Agent will provide you a automated task, the base events, like if you receive a mail or send a mail, what this is an events. Okay, so these are the agent purpose. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. So for out of office, we can design these agents to run several tasks. Like today, I want to find out how many modified documents are available in my application. So I want to check this activity every day at 2 a.m. So I'll design an agent. I will write some code for this agent, Lotus script or form language. Then on this code, the agent will run at a particular time. It will find out whatever the required information based on your program.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Data types and applications. Okay, I already discussed about this previous slides, like what kind of applications we can create, and we have new applications have been like that's a reference application, which give you policies and procedures, product logs, and this application. I've already seen this, and team room application, that is project team collaboration. Now most of the companies are not using team room; they are using a Lotus Quicker. Okay, outdated now, I believe, but still a few companies are still using this.
Wait, what is the new term for that?
It's Loader.
Quick. Spell Quicker.
C.
Okay.
You heard about Lotus Quick R?
Quick R.
Yeah, no, I've never heard of it. Is that new is that
It's like a very new, I can say it's there are certain versions are available again in Lotus Quicker. The latest one again 8.5 something. Because the team room was very old. I see. To be frank, I'm telling you, team room was very old feature, and the latest one is Quicker. Every company, I can say, as per my knowledge, most companies are depending on the Quicker. So this is a complete collaboration, especially team collaboration. You like upload the documents. You can. It's like integrated with your Lotus Notes client, your desktop, and your MS Office products. Very easy to use. You don't require to open every time the Quicker, the client or product, whatever. You can directly work with your documents from your Lotus Notes. You can upload or you can export or import from your Lotus client itself and from MS Office products itself and use desktop. Sort of new features available in a Quicker. It's very easy to use. And as about the Quicker. And the required server applications which I need. So when you start installing your Domino server first time, when you run the installation, it will create certain applications in your system which you're installing in Domino server. What applications it will be created? Those is called server applications. Okay, so I give you applications called names. We can names.nsf. Every application has its own extension in Lotus Notes that is called NSF, Storage Facility. And every application is designed using a template, the Notes template. Every Notes template has its own extension called NCF, Notes Template Facility, between NSF and NTF.
Can you say again the difference between an NSF and an NTF is what?
Yeah. See, the NSF is nothing but it's an application which contains a design and the documents and data. The Lotus Notes, the application. The application will be starting as a Notes Storage Facility, NSF. If back to the template has only the design, which on this application, it will get only the design. If you want to create a similar type of applications, I can create NTF from NSF. I'll show you all these things in later classes, but I'm just giving a brief information to you. I create an you're saying something?
Can you create NSF from an NTF?
From I can apply an NTF on NSF. I can NTF from NSF.
Okay.
It's clear? This is the difference in between NSF and NTF. You can say NTF is nothing but it's a blueprint. It's fine. So come back to server applications. We have names.nsf. We call it a Domino directory. What is the functionality of this names.nsf? A directory of information about your servers, groups, users, and some custom entries or whatever. Complete information about your Domino info. That information will be stored in your names.nsf. That is your Domino directory. At NSF. It is administration request database. It tracks and records requests and process to support automating your routine administrative tasks. For example, you're renaming a user. You're moving a user from one server to another server. Every admin related task will be taken care by your Domino administration request database. That is called your admin4.nsf. And NSF called certification log. Main records of each and every certification created in your Lotus Domino environment. NSF called monitoring configuration information. It stores configuration records for static reporting, monitoring tools and list of server messaging. All this information will be stored under your monitoring configuration database. Log.nsf. Every log, every time, if anybody send a mail or if you mail, somebody open a database, every event happened to Domino server that we logged on this file called log.nsf. Is it clear?
Yeah.
And .nsf, it's a monitoring the results, like this information about your activity on one or more Domino server. You have a couple of servers. The information from each and every server, like multiple servers. So those information will be stored under your monitoring results database. And mail.box. This is a very important application. Okay, so you can observe here it doesn't have .nsf because database. It's like a one mailbox. It's like we can say it's a router. This is here the application I can say, or I can say like in a component which over mails from users and it route the information to another user. Okay, if anybody is sending a mail, the first mail comes and sits in your mail.box. We will talk more about this mail.box when we'll come to the messaging part. Okay?
All right.
Yeah.
Come back. Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, great. That's great. Come back Domino directory, which is your names.nsf. In this Domino directory, you have certain components. What names.nsf contains exactly? Names.nsf contains a user's information that is called your person document. Every user information will be stored as a document. The document will be called as a person document. And Domino server information, the server document, and the connection related information. Like connecting one Domino server to another Domino server. How connection information you're providing. This information will be stored under document called connection document. When you're getting a couple of users as a group, that will be created as a group document. Then when you're changing the configuration of your server, your different requirements, that is called configuration document. All these documents will be stored under your names.nsf. Is it clear?
Yes.
How this server functionality happens. Any Domino services maintains, manage, update, and distribute your Domino data, Lotus Notes based data. Using a Domino service categories, we have a different types of categories. Application services, connect services, and infrastructure service. Application service is nothing but it will application service like creating, managing, updating, like any that is completely depends on your application service. And connection services connecting to the Domino server with each other or non-Domino server or any external application like ABMS. If you want to connect this will be provided by your connect services. The infrastructure service will provide core services like directory, messaging, replication, cluster, each and every these features will be running based on this infrastructure service.
Yep.
Great. We have some core Domino services. These are major important. If you don't have this any one of the services, your Domino server will never run. This is a directory services, security, messaging, replication, maintenance. This is a mechanism which users and servers are categorized in a Domino environment. Secure tools provide your services that control the access on servers, users, and applications. Message service space and monitoring tools that supports both Lotus Notes and Internet. Replica of updating your replica databases on all servers, replications or the times or whatever. The service it's like tools, services, and database that support server maintenance and monitoring. So there are Domino services available for every Lotus Domino server. Clear?
Yep.
Okay, server task available in Domino. When the Domino, the lot of server task will be running behind the screen. What are the server tasks? The courses are providing using a number of Domino server tasks in conjunction with the key server database. A server task is a program provide Domino server that runs when loaded and activated. Few things will be running by default. Few, we can say few server tasks. Other you have to run manually. All admin process runs on server startup by default. It automates variety of administration tasks. Agent manager, you ask me what is the agent? I go to out of office. So how this out of office will be running on particular time? Okay, on this agent manager task. This task will check is there any agents are supposed to run particular time. It will manage and runs each and every agent on the server. Is it clear?
Yes.
Then on server startup. So by default it will run. If you say database compactor, database will be compacting, like reducing a space, like compacting all databases on server and drain some free space or empty space and delete some documents and attachment. That is called compacting. So this will run based on the schedule. It's not automated. You create in a schedules and all. Mail.box will be compacting it every day, like 2 p.m. or 4 p.m. by default. So this will be compacting happens based on this task. The designer, it will get all the database to reflect the changes to the templates. Like your mail file has its own template, or your mail template. So this mail template will be updated and based on your designer task. It's based on its schedule. Event monitor. Something happens in your server. I have to monitor that. So this task will be happen based on this event monitor. You have to run manually. HTTP server. It's like you web enable features. So this task will be running. It will be by default. If it is available, when you're installing your Domino server time in configuration screen, you have an option to enable HTTP server. If you forgot the time, you can manually run this server from your Domino server console. Is it clear? Task. It will manage all your databases to replicate with each other on different servers. This by default it will run automatically. Then we provide service to you, send and receive the mails with each other on different servers or same server. It will run on startup. For all mail servers by default, this option will be checked. Analytics, it's a required database activities. This depends on your manually you have to run when required. So these are the core server tasks will be running on each and every Domino server. When you have few tasks will be running by automatically and default, few tasks you have to run manually. Any questions here?
This is pretty standard.
Yes, that's true. To see this deploying IBM Domino server, we see today the installing of Domino server. Okay. Let's start.
Hey, to ask you a question. How much longer are we go? How many minutes?
As discussed, we have a first only 1 hour. It depends on you. In case if you want to go ahead, we can go ahead.
Yeah, we a little bit longer, but not more than 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. See, actually, I said maximum is 2 hours, minimum is 1 hour.
Okay.
Okay. So are we good to go now?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to see instructions and configuration of Domino server. See the Domino server. When you see the Domino software, it will have 2 parts. One is your designer and administrating client, and one is the Domino server plan. So first one thing is you have to install your Domino server. So whenever you installing your Domino server first time, it is a primary server. Okay. Again, another servers after your primary server, those are called additional servers to your primary server. We'll talk about like what is the difference in between primary server and additional servers in the later classes. But today we're going to see the installation configuration. So you can try in your, as you said, you can try in your data center installing here on server for hands-on practice, something like that.
Yes, we're going to run through this ourselves in the next few days.
Oh, okay, great.
This information because we actually corrupted our names.nsf last week.
Applying a template to it.
We accidentally applied a mail template on top of it.
Oh, so which file is the mail file?
We file template on top of our names.nsf.
Oh my God!
This replicated out to the world.
This
completely hasn't completely changed, I believe, right?
It replicated to 50 other servers.
Oh my! It's completely messed up.
Yeah, that's what we said.
This is why we're in training right now.
Oh, okay, wonderful. I got it. No problem. See, it's complete. You gain your experience based on your daily activities. So now you came to know what is the difference between after corrupted a lot of mails, a lot of applications.
Yeah. We're help us not do anything stupid anymore.
Yeah, I can give you one suggestion. I can say, please don't apply anything or change anything on your production server.
Yeah, we learned that one also.
See, for example, I said you want to apply a template on your names.nsf. Take your names.nsf as a local copy.
Right.
What is a local copy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. First, if you want to apply anything, first take it as a local copy, then apply it on local copy and check it out, how it is working. With that, then you can directly apply in the production.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we starting our test server. We're doing some of this too.
Okay, that's great. So that will be always in a safe side. You should not worry about the production server. So first check whether it's working or not, then apply into your production once you've done the testing. Fine, let's come back to the screen. This is installation screen. First one is going to be a welcome screen. Then here you have to accept your terms and conditions here. The default, the path is going to be your C program. I am Lotus Domino. This is the path, basically. This is the default. If you can change this according to your, work company policy. If you want to keep in a D drive, you can keep it. You can do whatever you want here. So call your program files directory. So program files will be stored under this directory. You need to understand the two things are data directory.
Yeah.
Another one called where? Okay. So difference is in between these two directories. Data directory contains all your data. That is called your applications. Okay. Mail file, whatever the applications you create in a local copy, all those copies will be stored under this data.
Yes.
Program directory, it will install all those files. Okay, do nothing with this. So I see when I'm installing my server, my software, all program files will be installed under this program directory. So going to work most of your time is going to be your data directory. Is it?
Yes.
this program file directory path, if you want to change this here, okay, we have an option called install partition server. So partition server is nothing but, for example, I have one computer, CPU I can call. This CPU has around 2 terabyte size. Like, for example, I'm to use this for lab. Okay, so if I want to use one more, I can say this will be my one server. This will be primary server. I install it in this. I want to install another server. I have to buy one more CPU. Depends on another CPU. Whatever, one TB, for example. Do again installation on this. So rather than doing this, in 2 servers, primary and secondary, and CPU called partition server. Is it clear?
It's like 2 separate servers run on the same server.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
If it will be installed as a partition server. Okay. So back to this next screen. This is called data files. This is your data file. You see the difference in between here? It will the phone called data. If you go, it is terminal. This is this is going to be your data directory. It will be on the same, but one additional folder called data. On the same path, additional folder called data. So data files will go under this data folder. Clear?
Yep.
I'll come back to choose your server type, the best suits you need. So you have types available. Utility server, messaging server, enterprise server. If you go to your screen, you can come back to this one. By default, Domino Enterprise Server will be selected. When I try to install, they will be selected by default. Okay, so you have customized Domino Server. It will give you an option to select the features what you want to install. That is called customized. Okay. Using what features you want to install. So we don't depend on this. So based on your requirement, when installing your server, you should know what is the purpose of this server. Just select the particular server. So to select the Domino Enterprise Server here. Okay. Click on. It will give you the summary to you, like your RAM files will be stored here, data files will be stored here, and server type is going to be enterprise server, and all is going to be installed here. These are all the features, and total size of this. Next. Installing. After one minute installing, what is this? It will create a desktop icon on your desktop, like Domino server. So this is going to see here.
Mm-hmm. Do you what's practice for the location of the Lotus Domino action and the data directory? Do you put Domino application on the C drive and the data on a D drive separately?
You ask me, keeping the subdirectories will be very difficult to maintain. So if you want to work with sometimes an application, you have to go to drive. If you want with your Lotus Notes, you have to go to C drive. So for me, actually, according to me, I'll say you have to keep everything into one particular path, one folder.
Okay.
So you can just one folder distance for me in there.
Yeah. you put it all on one drive, so all on a D drive or all on
Yes,
an F drive.
it depends on your D drive space. If you have very good space, especially in a server, you should have enough space in a server. So you keep it in a D drive, and a C drive will go for operating system files. So we don't need to disturb that C drive. Am I right?
Yeah. You don't want the operating system C drive to fill up.
Absolutely, that's what I'm trying to explain to you. As of now, till my experience, I never use C drive because C contains some Windows files or whatever your operating system. If you uninstall and reconfigure your server sometimes when it crashes or whatever reasons, and I need to go and disturb this completely C drive, delete some files. I need to again recopy something. Like I need to take a backup. I need to again reapply. So I don't want to touch the C drive. Let's C drive be always safe. Your system should always be safe. Then play with your Domino server with the D drive. Okay.
Okay. Installing. One other question I have is with other members of our group, key files for the server that should be copies of on a basis. And example, the names.nsf.
Yes.
All of the all server application data files like name, admin4, cert log, event log.
Core server files.
Yeah, so if we made at least a day, if not multiple copies a day, so that in case we have a server crash, we up to date today's file.
Yes.
The problem with that though is you can't have the Domino can't be running when you make a copy of that. You have to copy. The minute you start copying from a live system, that you're getting is continuously changing, so the file is actually corrupt off from the get-go. Is that correct?
Your voice is very low.
I'm wondering if, from what I've been told, when you copy those core components from a live running Domino directory, because it continuously changes, especially things.nsf. So I'm told that to get an actual copy of those files, you need your server in the shutdown state, at least the software, your Domino server, shut to make those copies. Correct?
It's not like, you don't require to copy on everyday basis. She said, yes, it will be keep changing the size and the documents. It will be adding new documents or will be deleting some users, whatever. So it's a practice to take every day. See what happens. The reason they have used a new feature called clustering. One story is clustering is nothing but it's like a load balancing and we call redundancy. So what happens if your server is crashed? You don't require to bother about the files and all this stuff. That will be automatically comes to the picture. It will provide a service without any interruption. And back to the taking a backup on every day, we don't require to take manually. If you have any third-party application with like Static or whatever you have, like an ARC server, we have a lot of backup servers are available in the market. If you keep it will be taking on every day. You have to specify which database, which applications you want to take a backup on one particular date, or what particular time you want to take a backup. So the system will be automatically taking a backup. You don't require to focus on every day. You don't have to spend your time for taking a backups. Is it clear?
Yes and no. I guess what we're asking is to back up these files in way without other backup software.
Yes. The other option you can do is you can create one server. For example, I can create another server called Domino data server. only for the backup purpose, what you can do is you can create a replica copy on that
Shut
particular
it down
server.
and then back that up. Yeah.
So it's like just a secondary virtual machine. You do the option like in the
That's
install
only
process.
one server without any functionality. Without functionality, we are just keeping that server for only backup purpose. I will take a names.nsf copy as a replica copy in that server.
Yeah.
So every day on particular time, I will schedule the replication. It will take all the backup and keep it there.
Good.
And then shut down that server. It's a schedule, and then back up the raw files with or shut down, and then you can start it back up when you're done.
Yes.
Yeah.
The major purpose of your backup these special files called names.nsf or your admin4.nsf. What happens is you require to create again the same configuration. If their structure is available in these files, simply replace into your new the server when you reinstall the server. Simply move these files. All your data is available by ready. It's like in if you ask me, like, when we take a local copy of name and stuff, for example, if you're performing any one particular task on your names.nsf, by say you have to take a local copy as a backup. For example, you're compacting names.nsf on your names.nsf. For example, any command on your names.nsf, what is I will take backup of local copy in my computer, in my laptop. I will reapply this.
Yeah.
Right?
Our problem was we didn't know we were editing the names.nsf because we thought we were editing a mail file directly and a mail template to a mail file directly, but instead we drew the person document through the section of the Lotus, the Domino administrator, and we were editing that person directly, the mail file, but instead we were editing the name NSF template.
That's the one thing what you have to to find out. Just give me a minute. So you find out what kind of application you're running on it. It's very easy to find the difference in between your file and different application. When your names.nsf, when you're working with your names.nsf, you can clearly see that there will be an option called Domino directory. Or find out, you can right click on it and properties. You can see it will be written as a names.nsf.
Right.
These are certain, precautions you have to take when you're working directly within your production server, or if you're not sure what kind of application is this. So, the thing is, take as a local copy and whatever the changes you want to do on that, and it on locally. Once running successfully, then you can the same apply, whatever the applies you want to do it in server. So you need to test it. But if you're 100% sure, this is a server, this is names.nsf, and the events4.nsf. If you're aware of these things, you can directly. This comes under after a little bit experience. But though you are very experienced in any technology, my suggestion is always be on a safe side. Take one back. We know that how the systems will be running. We expect the systems will be always up and running.
Yeah.
Come on, I cannot struggle hard to start everything from the scratch. I should always there's one local copy, one backup is available. Something is wrong, I can run my production server. I can I can make it live again within 5 minutes of time. So it should be it's like that. Fine, come here. You can install 2 icons. One is Domino server, one is called console. Okay, so this is a new icon in 8.5. Earlier it was creating only one I call Dominus server. Now they're given console directly. You can run the console commands from this application. Okay, on the Dominus server options. Now I have to do the configuration. Okay. If this is your configuration screen, the first welcome page, then you click on next here. It asks you whether you want to configure the first server or additional server. Okay, since this is our first server, we go like this: set up the server or standalone server. Then what is your server name? I can do anything like based on your requirement. What is the purpose of the server? For example, I can say sales. I can say HR server. I can say for finance server. Whatever the departments you're creating or whatever that you have. Why you're in setting up the server, you should know very well what is the name of your server.
Yeah.
Server title is optional. You give it blank or you can type for something. Call I want to use an existing server ID. So what exactly doing here? For example, you have already installed and configured one server which was running properly. The server for reinstalling the server, you have server ID file. If you want to use, if you use that one, what happens is the server ID file contains the server name and each and every configuration information. Those populated automatically here. Is it clear?
Yes.
So I'm installing first time. I don't have my server ID file. This is my first server. Not checking this option. Clicking on next. This is my organization. You can give it anything like for example, I'm giving your LG Infotech. So provide your organization name. Okay. This is what happens is the server file name will be like the training / your organization. Training is your surname / your organization name. Then username will be XYZ / your organization if you can use it. So this is your company name. So what happens here in the screen? It will create a one ID file called cert.id. That is the certification ID file. What is certification doing here? The certification contains this information. Server / organization name. This is called your hierarchy. You got me?
Yes.
Your hierarchy. So what is the use of this hierarchy? See, I have created one hierarchy here. I'm registering a new user. I don't require to mention again there. If a cert ID file, the file contains information will be stamped on user ID file automatically.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to give a password here. I'm giving a password as a password. For I use an existing cert ID. Till now I don't have such ID. This is my first server. So leave it. So your domain is something .com or whatever you want to give, you can give this or sales domain or training domain, whatever the domain like. I'll give something. Click on. So going to be your specify administrator name and password. So whoever name you're going to specify, this admin will be a super admin for your Dominus server. Okay? Before?
Yes.
Okay. So last name is this is a mandatory of last name. You can use name or you can leave it. So in a reality, in a real environment, we give a person name. Create with a technical name. Administrator West, administrator administrator head office will create like this. And this is what I was doing, but it depends on your company policies or whatever. You have to follow your company rules and regulations. Okay, again you need to type password. Admin ID password. So here you have to check this option. This is a mandatory here. Save local copy of this ID file. So it will create admin.id and it will be stored at data directory folder. Is here?
Yes.
If he wants to perform this operation, if you give this admin ID file to the particular person, he will become an administrator. Okay, to keep this copy is the same. Done this. Okay. Now click on next. Without in a server task, V2 HTTP will be running manually unless until if you don't select at the configuration time. You remember that? So enable this. When you enable this, then it will become a Domino server. It will provide you web features to you. The HTTP services will start automatically when the Domino server starts. You don't require to run manually. Clear? The enable port drivers is TCP/IP. The host name is nothing but your computer name or your name. With the host name you want to give, you can give. Otherwise, if you're not clear, what is my host name for? Is Ashvika here? It's my daughter's name. Let me clear. You can type your host name there in your server. Okay. Then you will think. Just say OK. So you will be displayed here. Then click on Domino server. While you configuring your Domino server, first it will create two templates to use. That is called Provide anonymous access to all database. One local Domino admin group to all database and templates. So these groups like this is a login admins. It will be created automatically in all databases and templates. Anonymous access will be created automatically in all database and templates in this particular server. Is it clear?
Yes.
What is local domain admins? Okay, and local domain admins is nothing but it's a group. If you add any person in this particular group, he will get access to all database and administrator. See, just you're joining this company with like an administrator. Okay, 1 month or 2 months, Jason joined again as administrator. What do you will register his file and add his username into that local domain admin. So you will administrator access. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Next here, this is the options what are set up here. And name and server type, directory, your organization name, domain name, ACL, and groups. Then click. Even automatically behind this desktop you see the console. Okay, Windows XP system, you can see the console window. Okay, this is the difference. That's when this Domino console another icon here where you can check your server is running properly or not. So I'm gonna finish server option Domino, start Domino as a Windows service, start as a regular application. Difference in between these two?
Yes.
Service is nothing but a lot of Windows services available when your Windows system is. So this Domino also will become one of the Windows service and it will service starting. So they recommended. Otherwise it will become an individual application. Individual. It should be tie up with always merge with Windows. My system. That's the reason I should keep it as a Domino as a Windows service. Then I say, block me this window again, say OK. Okay, you want to see this screen here? You can just click on this Domino. Okay, it's run. You can.
Hey, I'm up.
Yeah, it's
There it goes.
we're waiting for WebEx to refresh the screen.
You for the
We'll see the console, but nothing in it.
We see your we see yeah, we see it now.
Okay, so this is a console. You can see that it will be running, the lot of, the log, like, task and everything. It will show you each and everything. It's like events monitor started, configuration database, every console is a console log. Okay, you can see who user, admin, what is platform, Windows 7, and is a server name, training LG Infotech, release 8.3.3. Okay, and you see here, you have any additional servers. You can see here list of the servers. Okay, the servers at present I have only one server. Clear? So I want to see here certain commands called console commands. We're going to learn this later stage. If you see, for example, how many tasks are running, you say sh. Sh is nothing but show. Okay.
Yeah.
These are the tasks are running. We talked about a lot of tasks, right? Data task, process, router, air, okay, replicator, event monitor. You can find all the tasks here. So your server is up and running properly. Now what you have to do here is, if you want to close this server, never ever close this directly. Okay. It will lead to crash your server in the future. So what's the proper way to close your server, shut down your server? There's a command called quit, Q-U-I-T. Okay?
Okay.
So get down automatically. You can see the first shutdown process in progress.
Yes.
Meanwhile, we're going to install the client software. Please meet today, because it will start another 10 minutes. We'll finish.
All right.
10 minutes, and that's all the time we have.
Okay. So we should have very fast, because the first day it will take a little bit time. Otherwise, we don't have this much time, because installing this.
Yeah.
Okay, the server is done complete properly here. So now what I can do is, I'll file and exit. So sure you want to stop, you exit the Domino console, say okay. You have to press again Domino server. It will run server console here itself. We're playing the load notes clients. Are you in the same screen?
Yes.
So the terms and conditions agreement screen, accept the agreements. I will install your programs and files. keep the same thing, or you can change it according to your requirement. Now it will give you the options to you. By default, no stand will be selected. I'm going to select Domino Designer. Select administrator. These three clients will be installed. Okay. So I don't want this feed reader or same time integration. These three clients. Okay. If you don't want, click this down arrow button and set the X mark. The feature will be available. Okay. Next. Make by default email program. Keep it as default what it is as it is. Then it will change and it will create 3 icons on your desktop for clients. So fast, or I'm going too slow.
They're fine.
This is good.
Okay.
We're both in the understanding of most stuff we went over so far, short of like your server documents, things like that. We obviously didn't.
Only the induction class. We're not learning anything today. Okay, just seeing what is Lotus Notes. That's it. But from next class onwards, we're going inside, like going to check whatever each and every option available in Domino.
That's good. Good. This is still good for us because there's something that we don't know. You may review something that we're not familiar with.
Okay.
I've seen pop up in the last 2 days. So I've got to do the calls with IBM. Okay. You can't do anything about it. But for housing, Sally's got one. Lacey's got one.
Oh, we have to look at. We have to look.
See it in the server.
We have to get. They have to resync their entire local copy. That's what it is. Yeah. Tor said that in his email. Their local copy is the funk at this point.
So I grabbed them and resync them.
You can call on that, but I think the bottom line is there.
Yeah, but they replicate sync on the X out of the program.
I don't know.
We have to kill the data folder, load it new.
On their local machine, I think so. I don't understand why.
It makes sense. It doesn't make any sense. Well, I mean,
you can ask him later, as we dig more into this.
Yeah.
But
if I tell Sally, I've got to
well, it shouldn't be a big deal. You just has to pull down a new local copy.
I sit there. Yeah. Go in before she comes in, or
after she leaves.
Yeah, I sit there and do this. Well, if I do that for she leaves, then if she's there for whatever reason, if things don't go right, she needs to be there when she's there. It changes time.
Yeah.
Because they TS and yes, and see that I got wasn't good enough for her. She had to click the button times and so now I'm having to figure out how to do the PLC.
Do that in the icon, I think.
Yeah. It was the point it does. So I don't have to touch the sports. I don't want to touch the it's just stuff like that that drives me nuts.
Managing your own servers, or you providing support to one of your clients? How it is?
We're providing support to one of our clients for a portion of their global environment. It's a situation because we have like 5 administrators globally.
Okay.
So it makes it difficult because you have so many administrators can cause a lot of problems.
Yes.
already
You're
replicate stuff out to the rest of the world, like we did.
We're trying to solve a problem that's created.
okay. Okay.
Trying to solve that, we made it worse.
Well, we didn't make it worse. We made it worse.
On top of that, you created another problem.
Well,
okay.
in short, someone the global mail template,
Oh my God.
it replicated to us and had all kinds of and then
Okay.
to create a new template that was local only to us. We accidentally applied that template to names NSF,
which
Okay.
out to the world, but then it's
Good. So now what happens to your backup? Do you have a backup for that, or how it is now?
we restored the names NSF from a backup, but changes had already replicated globally. So everyone globally had to shut down all of their servers at the same time. And
Honestly, your names.nsf is the of your domino. We don't have you users information and server information. All your domino servers will be shut down.
so the person that manages up servers, he had a backup copy of names.nsf, and everyone else in every country of that exact same names.nsf with replica ID.
Okay. Yeah, that's what. So you lost your design and documents. So you have to take your backup and reapply the backup for all the servers. Once you do this on a main server, it will be replicated automatically on all the servers. That happens. But one thing, saying you have a lot of administrators, it's very difficult if you give full access to all these people.
That's what they have. Every person has full access administration.
It's very difficult. To be frank, it's not a best practice. There should be one person who should have a full access. The rest should have only administrative access. So when you want to do very critical changes, then you have to contact the particular person who has the full access. What happens if you give full access to each and every one? Lots of people are doing that.
Yeah, we understand what you're saying. Unfortunately, the company that our client, the head in Germany, knows to take that responsibility. Everyone is very shy and to be the one person that oversees everyone.
Yeah. Of course, it might be.
The solution that we're going to try to put in place is a change management process. None is allowed to make changes to certain databases with approval by the group.
All right. You don't require to announce these things. What you can do is, from one server, one primary server, you can offer access to all these people. Automatically, they will come to know they have access. Really, they want to do it, some changes or anything. They want to perform some task on the server. They have to contact. They have to take an approval from certain people, organization. Once they got the approval, then send it to the primary. Keep doing that.
Yeah, that's what we're proposing. So, if we get what we want, which we can tell.
Let me know in case if you need any help from me. I'll be happy to assist you on this.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's your organization, because it's very because I can see that. See, in my company yesterday, I got a newcomer from a different sister company. He came back saying that my is not running. Then after investigating on that, then I found he restarted ever without reason. I asked him, why you restarted this? Because I have full access. He's one guy who's working on that. He said that it was on a holiday. I restarted the server.
It was a holiday, so he felt like, okay.
So because it's not his mistake. He has an access. He's syncing with the server. If he doesn't have access, he wants to restore the server. He will contact me. So
yeah, I agree. That's how it should be. Any changes that can be done like that should correct.
yeah, what should be going on because one have so many technical people. We cannot question anyone why you did like this.
Yeah.
They take it in a different way. It's like they will feel that this guy is questioning me. What's wrong I did? He doesn't know really what's wrong he's doing.
Yeah.
We have
In our environment that I'm managing right now, we have one pass-through and then one main server. 2 servers in our environment, one main server, and then the pass-through server, the mobile devices and things like that.
How servers we have?
In the whole organization, 50.
5. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. We manage 2 local, 1 big through, and then there's about 48 others through the world.
But how many users you have?
Location, we have about 50 users, 50. It's a few.
Yeah.
Great. So you have another option if you ask me, no, I'm giving a solution to you. Managing 50 servers or 50 plus, I feel it's a little, difficulty. So what is, you can consolidate the servers. 2 make as one server. Okay, in one particular location, we have a different branches, but all are staying. All are located in the same city. So what you can do, or different city or whatever. What it is, rather than managing maintaining a different servers, I can consolidate all these servers as one particular server. It's very easy for me to manage or maintain.
Well, like in the United States location, there's a
yes.
So speaking of would see that's just it. We're in charge of the entire U.S. Yet we have 2 servers in the U.S. at one location.
Okay. That's great.
China and places like that, they have locations with their own server in each of those locations.
Okay,
fine. Great. So you're providing support for applications or
providing support. We provide all IT support for the United States division. Support. We provide support for Lotus Notes as all of their other applications.
Okay.
And very good expertise in many other areas at Lotus Notes. Because
technology.
Lotus Notes in the United States, at least, is popular as it is in other parts of the world and in Europe.
You're right. I agree with you. To say Europe, especially, I heard so many people, widely using Lotus Notes. But in United States, it's very less, I believe, to be frank, not like the rest of the world. Come to India, we have so many companies are using Lotus Notes.
Yeah, and why do you say that is? Why do you like Lotus Notes so much over there?
It's not only like liking the application. It's like a technology which is giving me more features compared with others. For example, take an application. Okay, if I want to run one application, okay, I have to buy one technology. For example, I have to take a license of Java or Microsoft or whatever. Okay. So if I want to provide a messaging feature, I need to depend on Exchange, Microsoft, or Lotus Notes. Right. So here, what I'm doing is I'm depending on two different technologies.
Yeah.
Again, I needed two different technicians to manage these two services or servers. I want to run one Java application or a .NET application. I have to buy a license from Microsoft, and for mailing I have to buy a license from Exchange servers. Okay, other person who knows Exchange technology, I need a person who knows .NET. So I need to put two different people. Back to the Lotus Notes, it is one product. Which has all-in features like in one product. It will be messaging. It will provide you application services. It will provide you web services to you. You create application. You can run in a Notes. You can run in a web also. So only one person who knows Lotus Domino, right?
I understand what you're saying.
So this is only for this kind of manpowering and management of your technology or infrastructure. If you take any financial institutes, like any banks, like HSBC or Bank of America, or JP Morgan Chase or whatever, everybody, all these financial institutes, they use Lotus Notes.
Yeah. Bill Gates here, so we'd like to give him money. It's a joke. We Bill Gates here, so we like to give him a lot of money.
Oh yes, because he belongs to your country.
Yeah.
I think the Windows, they apply not like an earlier, like in a few years back. They were coming up with a lot of technologies. Now I think I can observe that in whatever new technology they are introducing into the market, it's like a very slow. The process is very slow.
Yeah.
I can see like all Microsoft products, SharePoint, the CRM, Exchange server.
Right. Basically, if SharePoint and Exchange server, and Microsoft Live Communication server, you have the messaging component or the mail component of Lotus Notes. You have the application sharing of Lotus, and you have the time. So you need three Microsoft products to make the same functionality as Lotus Notes. Well, and then we would also need the Microsoft SQL database server also.
Yeah, database. Yes, everything. For everything, you need to depend on one different product. Okay, completed here. Situate you three icons here. You can open any one particular client. It's for configuration. The rest of clients will be configured automatically. So I'm now clicking on this. So I entered my name as administrator. Okay. So I'm using the same name here. Server name is / and you have to check this on. I want to check my server. On next, you set up the LAN. Yes. And use the protocol TCP, and is your computer name or IP address. Anyone. Next, it will ask you the password next time. Means connected to the server. Password is PASSWORD. This was the password I have given. Configure your and it is connected to the server. So these options will give you additional options to you. If you can check this option, otherwise say finish. Your node completed. It's connected to Domino server now. Lotus Notes 9.
No, we have not played with that yet.
Recently, I think interviews are like 6 months back or 7 months back now. Using that, it's a little, they completely changed the UI user interface. But it's good. We have a lot of new features available. So this is a welcome screen. You can close this. Okay. Then you can say use the default. This is mail. If you click on this, it will take you to the mail. Be open. Okay, now you want to check whether you are connected to your server or not. How is that?
Bottom, like the bottom screen, right?
It's very simple. You can just send a mail to yourself. I'm server connected. So if you're connected to the server, am I right?
Yep.
So this is a document on the bottom of your right side. You can edit your location. This document will provide you the information about what you connected and what is the connection type and what is your name and what is your ports you're using. Okay. Then you have your ID file. You can select and ID file if you are using a multiple users same system or something. So location document purpose. So clear now. We see the installation and configuration of Domino server, installation and configuration of your Lotus Notes client. Okay, and this is your Domino administrative client. If you get any one of these three, the rest of two will be configured. Open any one client directly from the client itself. So I'm opening a Domino admin client. It will take some time, but later, next time onwards, it will open immediately. Or whenever you open the first time, it will take a little time to open it.
Will it name ID file as your Lotus Notes client?
Yeah, same. Once you log into client, the rest of clients will be automatically configured with the same settings. You have to log in again. It's a single sign-on. Okay. So this is a client. You can see the different tabs are available. There, we talk about every tab. How to use these tabs and options and everything in next class. Okay. So, still no questions or any doubts? Anything is not clear for you?
No, this looks good. This was a good class, and I guess we'll do the next one on Monday. Now we're meeting. Our meeting is Monday, correct?
Yes. Saturday, Sunday is an off.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. I will make sure to